So, I'm worried for Sonic and Sega this year. And I know what you might say. Sonic 4 is coming out, and they might be planning on making a Sonic Frontiers 2. True, but I don't care about any of that. Why? Because it's 2026. Don't get it? Okay, let me explain. For the past 3 decades, when a year had the number 6 in it, Sega has done less than well at selling their games. Were they all a total flop? No, but they were less than ideal years for the Blue Blur. So, let's rewind. Back in 1996, gaming was changing fast. By June, Mario had yahooed his way into 3D with Super Mario 64, and basically rewrote the rulebook, quickly followed by Sony's Crash Bandicoot in September. It was painfully obvious that 3D wasn't some far-off idea anymore. It was here. And Sonic? Sonic gave us Sonic 3D Blast in November as his answer. Now listen, I'm not saying Sonic 3D Blast is the worst game ever made. It's playable. I mean, I've played it. But would I rather play Super Mario 64 over this game? Probably, unfortunately. The camera angles are weird, the physics are slippery, judging what's a wall versus an opening was hard. Not to mention the gameplay itself was very repetitive. That's not great if you want people to love the games. Also, there was Sonic Blast, a different game from 3D Blast, which apparently when you ask people on Reddit which one's worse, well, so yeah. I mean, the only somewhat decent game from this year was Sonic the Fighters, which overall was okay, but really only a game people know about today if they're a super fan, it seems. Okay, now we jump ahead 10 years. Sonic's 15th anniversary. This was supposed to be the comeback, the celebration, the rebirth of this chili dog-loving hedgehog. And things actually started off pretty well with Sonic Riders, which is still loved by many to this day. But then Sonic 06 happened. Rushed development, split teams, broken physics, more glitches than smooth gameplay, and also the questionable relationship between a human and an alien hedgehog. You do with that what you will, though. Ironically, though, I'd like to note that sales-wise, this game should have done a lot worse, given its reputation. But I feel with how many glitch reveal game videos there are on this game, people have bought it for themselves just to see the disaster firsthand. But regardless, this game is objectively not a good game. A good movie to watch maybe if you're just wanting to enjoy the cutscenes, but horrible to play. Then Sonic Rivals released a little later in the year. And I guess it did better than Sonic 06, simply by, well, being playable. But it couldn't really save the catastrophe that the mainline game had already made. Now, contrary to that, we've got our last decade of 2016, which really didn't cause a lot of drama with some especially horrendous game. Instead, it was just tolerated. The main Sonic release that year was Sonic Boom, Fire and Ash on 3DS. And yeah, there are a few glitches, but definitely not as many as Rise of Lyric, which needed a later patch to make it more playable. Some people liked it, some people didn't. It was just an okay game. Nothing that got Sega back in the popular clique though. Which kind of went for every game that Sega released within this year. Mario and Sonic at the Rio 2016 Olympic Games, Sega 3D Classics Collection, and Sonic Dash Extreme. Not to mention, considering this was the 25-year celebration of the Hedgehog, it wasn't great. So here we are again, another year ending in 6. Another chance for Sega to either break this bizarre pattern or fall victim to it once more. Now, I do want to say, before anyone cries clickbait in the comments, I do think that years ending in 6 weren't the only years that Sega had bad luck. Additionally, Sega has a good chance of breaking the cycle this year, as Sonic 4 alone is going to keep them above water. Almost no doubt. But still, 3 decades of 6-year stumbles is hard to ignore. So what do you think? Is the curse of the Sixes real, or is it just one big coincidence? Or is it real, and do you think that they'll conquer this curse? Let me know in the comments. And if you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe and click that notification button so you never miss another video. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!